Hi guys, it's your boy again, Kunle Hologan. So on this week's episode of our mystery videos, we have another shocking one for you. This is an interesting one. On this week's episode is the story of a young man who from Nigeria, he tried to travel to UK and eventually a lot of things happened in the process. Almost similar to the previous video we shot, but it's a lot different from that. So in this case, this gentleman, he wanted to travel to UK. Actually, he wanted to live in UK. He wanted to travel to stay in UK, to migrate to UK and work and settle in UK. But the kind of visa that he obtained from Nigeria is a visit visa. So he obtained a visit visa from Nigeria, and shockingly, this gentleman, he has announced to all his friends that he will be traveling abroad. He has done everything possible. He lauded it so much. He went shopping, bought a sort of, winter jacket, and he went as far as tinting his hair. He plaited the hair at some point and he later tinted it. Now he's a JD boy, he's a Jan boy, and he's no longer part of those friends of his anymore. And everyone, they were celebrating this gentleman, that he is finally traveling abroad. Honestly, I'm in UK now, traveling to UK as a visitor. Not until I go in that I realized that being a visitor in UK is as good as you have nothing. And also, when I came in on a student visa, I realized that my student visa has huge limitations. When I came into UK, how much less traveling with a visit visa into UK. There will not only be that you cannot do anything, it is also that you cannot travel, you can't work, you can't do, literally you can't do anything. In UK as a visitor, you can't rent a house. These days there are checks that are carried out. As a visitor, you can't rent a house, you can't buy anything, you can't buy a car, you can't do anything, you can't walk. So that is how degrading coming into UK as a visitor and trying to stay back and work. That is how degrading it is, because you will be left handicapped. You can't do anything whatsoever. We all know that. I came in on Islam with that, and it was still challenging, really difficult. I probably should have become a professional football player by now, but when I tried to, get my student visa to do that for me, I remember very well, I went on a trial and under a floodlight played football and got called by the manager of that, football stadium, football club, got called into a room and said, he said, we saw that you played good. You didn't get goal, but we saw that you will be a threat to the defense of opposition. And he said to me, what kind of visa do you have? And I said, I'm on a student visa. He said, what kind of student visa? And then he went to his laptop and just opened the website of the Home Office. He just showed me that as a student, you are not allowed to participate in professional sport in UK. And that was an eye-opener for me. No one spoke to me. I just decided to study and I went for my master's. And as I've had my MBA and finished from uni. So having a student visa and you still have such a limitation, how much less having a visit visa? What can you do? Nothing. So, that's just an illustration to let you know that coming into UK with a visit visa is as good as you are not here legally. So, this gentleman, back to the story, tinted his hair, did everything, all night, celebration prior to the trip the following day. And everyone wished him goodbye, he set out for the journey. And he got to the airport, and from Lagos, Nigeria, he was allowed to board the flight. That was something that was surprising to me. He did board it, He got on the flight, he traveled all the way, and he got to UK. And it was when he got to Heathrow Airport in UK that he was stopped by the immigration. And I mean, probably his name has been flagging on that flight that he need to be stopped as soon as the plane lands in UK. He was stopped. It was his friend that was meant to pick him up that told all of this story, because he was waiting outside and he was checking the arrival of that flight. The flight did arrived, but that gentleman was stopped, and then he was just taken to one room for questioning. And he was asking the immigration why the question is only here for a visit. And the immigration said, yeah, how long are you here for? He did answer all the questions right. But one thing that was shocking was that the ticket that he bought, it was someone else's credit card that was used to buy that ticket. So this gentleman that said this story sent some money to him to support him so that he will be able to buy a ticket to come, but he went to pay another friend some little money and said, can you just do it for me? And that friend then used someone else's credit card, probably someone in UK or someone anywhere, someone else's credit card to buy the ticket for him. And it was that ticket that was bought that was flagging, because that person flagged it that he never bought ticket with the airline, and that was flagging on the way in that flight till the flight arrived in UK. They found that the passenger was on that flight and they were stopped. This is sad. This is sad. A journey that could have been, smooth. Who knows? If you are, you don't have anything you're doing, wherever country you are, we've seen people that they just want to leave at all costs. Yes, I appreciate that. We have to bear that in mind. People are struggling in different parts of the world where they just need a passage, a one-way through to UK. We've seen so many cases like that. So he was stopped and he was questioned, and then he was told, and they asked him, who bought this ticket for you? And he said it's his friend. And he was told, sorry, you used someone else's credit card to buy tickets. This is fraud. And you know what? He was detained there for some hours, and the plane arrived here in the morning the following day when he left Lagos, and then he was detained for some hours, and then they cancelled his visa, they cancelled the ticket, they cancelled everything. They booked another flight for him to leave in the evening for Lagos, Nigeria, and he was deported back to Nigeria that evening. He arrived the following day. When he arrived the following day, it was so shameful and painful that he could not return to the area, to the estate, to the location where he has told everyone goodbye, because it was so shameful that he could not just return there. He had to travel elsewhere within Nigeria to go and stay in another place. Before that friend that was waiting at the airport, before he got told, it was late. He had to then, just leave. And it was the following day or 2 days later, or some days later, that he called him again and they spoke and he narrated all of these stories. This that I said was just before the pandemic. This was just sometime around 2019, not too long ago at all. So this is another shocking story, shocking news that we all need to learn from. And that gentleman is now back home. His fingerprint was taken. He's not going to be able to apply for another visa because he's been banned now. I think probably it's about 10 years or something before he can now apply for another visa again. And going forward, he will be scrutinized because he's got a bad record now on his name. What lesson can we learn from this? This is shocking. So many lessons we can learn from this. When you get a visit visa, do you really need to announce that you're traveling to UK or America or Canada or Australia or anywhere to France? I don't think you need to announce your trip. I don't think so. Even whatever kind of visa you have, you don't need to announce. And secondly, purchase your ticket yourself. We're in a world where everything is online now. You don't need to know anyone. You don't need to speak to anyone before you purchase ticket, before you board flight and you get on your trip to any part of the world. Purchase your ticket yourself and be sure that you have bought the right ticket with the right money, with the right card that belongs to you, that you can defend anywhere you get to in the world. And another thing is, if you're going to be traveling as a visitor, do you really need to loud it that when you know that actually you want to go and live in the country, to stay in the country, that you've said goodbye to everyone back home? Probably not. Why not keep it low? Why not keep it? Why not? You don't have to. And above all, I think it's always good to come to UK through the right channel. Coming in, you can research online. There are so many programs now that can lead you into UK, and you are here legally and you are able to work legally. There are so many things that I have found out since I arrived here, that if I had known, if I had found out before I traveled, probably I will just be retiring from football now. You know how much footballers get paid? I've been a footballer all my life. People on £350,000 a week. I would just be retiring now. I won't study. I won't go and have my MBA. Probably if I have it, it's just for fun. But I will have been playing all my life and probably just retiring from football, make so much money and settle my life and just enjoying with family. But because I don't have those information at that time, I couldn't, come into UK through those routes. And I got in, there were a number of limitations, and I couldn't play the football, and I ended up, studying and eventually working in banks and all that here in UK. But thank God for that as well. I'm grateful to God. But I mean, it probably could have been better. Who knows? So what I'm trying to say is, I'm advising every one of you guys that are out there that are still looking to travel, that you want to travel to any part of the world, please go online, research very well, read exhaustively. Those information are there. They can help you. They're there to help you. You don't need to do anything or even pay anyone to do that. It's straightforward. All those applications are things you can do yourself. I remember when I applied for my student visa, I went for an overnight browse in a cyber cafe in Nigeria, Lagos. I uploaded all my BSc certificate from university, all my certificate, I uploaded it in my email, and I started applying to universities in UK that I want to study abroad. And eventually about 3-4 of them gave me an admission to come and study, and I went to the embassy to apply for visa, and I was granted my student visa. I didn't pay no one to come into UK. You can do everything yourself as well. Not think of coming as a visitor. If you are coming as a visitor, please visit and return. But if you want to live in UK, come with a lot of, information that can help you. Come in legally. If you want to come in as a student, that can lead you to stay here permanently. If you want to come in through another route, there's so many entry routes. All those information are on the Home Office website, UK Border Agency website. Read about it. There's a program that is ongoing now about all of the National Health Service, NHS. If you have skill set in, medical line, there's shortage of medical personnel in UK now due to the pandemic. You may be qualified to apply for that. You never know. Go and research on the website. All the information is there. So please share this video with your friends and families so that they learn lesson from it, so that they do not make the same mistake again, over and over again. The purpose of us making this video is for all our friends and families, all our people, all our viewers, audience globally to learn from this video that we are making so that they don't make the same mistake that other people have made. As I said earlier, we have so many more videos coming your way. This is just one of many that we have shot, and there's so many that people have sent through. If you know that you have a story like this to tell us and you want us to share, please feel free to send it to our email k90channel@gmail.com. Also, if you have not subscribed to K90 channel on YouTube, please kindly do so. Please also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video, and bye for now.